Hello my friend, I'm Fadi Divo. Welcome in a new video in Node.js Express and MySQL tutorial. Before we start, I just want to ask you to subscribe the channel. In the previous video, we have made delete user API. So in this video, we will continue and we will make update user information API. First of all, we should make our route. So we will go to the route file and copy one of this route. Let's copy that and change the name to edit user. This route should call one function from the user controller. Let's name it as update user. So in our controller we should have this function which will receive our request and take the data from the request, then make the update by the help with the model. So let's do it and create our controller. So we'll go to the user controller folder. So and user controller, we will make a new static function. So it will be a sync also, and we name it update user as we do in the route file. Update user. So here it will be update user also. This function will receive two parameters. First one is request, then the response. We will start programming this function. In the request, what we will have in the request, we will have the ID for the user, because each user each row in the user table contain ID, name, email, password. And as we say in the previous video, when we want to edit or delete any row, we should use the ID because it's a primary key and auto increment, so it cannot be repeated anytime. So we will use this ID to make the edit, and we will receive other information like new name and new email and new password for the user. So let's start. First of all, we will make const ID, which equal to request.body.id. Then const, let's say new name request.body.name, and also we have email and password. So I will copy it twice. Here new email request.body.email, and the new pass, which will be password. So this information will come to us by the request. We receive it and put each one of these in variable. Then we want to call function from the model to do the update operation in the database. So let's call this function inside the user model. First of all, we will do this. I will say await. We should wait the user model to finish his work, and the function that we will call it will be something like edit, and I will send it ID, new name, also new email, and new pass. This function is not exist yet, so we will go to the model, user model, and make this function. So we'll static async edit, and it will receive ID and name, email, and pass. We can also name it a new name, a new email, a new pass, or like this. It's the same. So this function, we will receive this information, then it will start the operation with the database. So we have what we want to do that is call the DB and then query to do something in the database, which is update users table set. We need to set name equal question mark and email equal question and password equal question. For everyone, no. For a specific user, so we should write where the ID for the user who we want to change his information will be this. The second params to query function will be the data that we will set instead question mark. So the name will be name. This question mark, sorry, here is comma. This question mark we will take email, and this one it will take the bus. So here I will send name, then email, then pass, and the last one it will be ID. The third parameter, after the function will do, he will give me the response. It should be result or error. So maybe we have error or we will get the result response. It's an arrow function, so we will make this. Sorry, here not question, it's arrow like this. So I will say if not error, so if is there no error happen, so we will make a resolve for the result. What the meaning of result? This statement maybe will take some time to finish, so we have to wait it until this operation is finished. So what we have to do, I will cut it and I will say return new promise, sorry, new promise, and the promise we will take resolve as a raw function, and then I will build the last code here, then I will say resolve the result. So if there is no error, resolve the result, that means return to us the result. For which function we will return this result? We are in the model now, so this function edit called by the controller, so the result will return to the controller, so I will receive it. I will make const x all, sorry, var x, variable x. This x will contain the result which come from the user model, and it will be in the x. So I will say if x, if there are data in x, so I will response.send, I will send the response to the application, mobile application or website or any application who will ask for this API. I will send data edited successful, else I will make response.send something like failed to update user. So let's make simple review. First of all, we make the router, then in the route we will call, sorry, we have called update user inside the user controller. So we made this function here in the controller. This controller or this function inside the controller will call the edit function inside the user model. So we made the edit function inside the user model, and he will do the update query and return the result to the controller. Controller will receive this result and check it, and then he will send the response. Sorry about my English, this is my first video in English, so apologize if it's not clear. I'm trying to get it better. Now everything is done. We have to test this API, so we need to go to the Postman application to test this API. I will stop the video until the Postman opening. Hi guys, we return. So in the Postman we need to write new request, so we click the plus sign, then choose post request, then localhost, and my port is 3001. And what's the name of our route? Sorry, our route is edit user, so I will copy it. We will send data in body. We just select row, then JSON, and I will send the data. What we should send? The controller is waiting for ID and name and email and password. So let's do it. ID will be 1 and name will be test, then email will be test at Gmail. Sorry, you should put double quotation here and comma after that. The last one is the password, and it will be 333. Okay, before we make send request, we should run the server, so we should write npm start and wait until the server is running. Now the server is running, and as you see, as it's connect to database, so we can make our request. Before that, I want to go back and to the user model, so he will update the user, and I want it to send me true if the update done successfully. So here, if x, that means if x equal to true, it will send us data edited successfully. So let's try. Not doing anything. Why? As we see, he is trying to access to this route, local host, and the port is 3001, and the route is edit user. As we edit user, he will go to the update user function inside the controller, and here in the user name edit. Okay, why he do it again? He trying to send the request, nothing happened here. So what I'm going to do is put log console.log here, edit user, to see if we are making the right request. I'll make it edit user, so it's really come to here. He get the ID, name, email, password. Let's check the name, ID, name, email, and password. What happened? I guess here we have to in the database password is with one S, and I didn't tell this function if there is any error to return the error. So that's what's happened, I guess. Let's check again. So edit successfully. Before we refresh, it was the name Fadi Debo, and it will be now test. If I refresh, test at gmail.com, and the password 333. So that's it. This is our video. In the next video, we will make data validation using Express Validator. So keep sure to watch my next video, and don't forget to subscribe, please.